Hi everyone, it's Yessenia. Welcome back to my channel, Budget with Books and Makeup. On this YouTube channel, I am talking about my financial journey. I am currently in my early 30s trying my hardest to clean up the giant financial mess that I made in my early 20s. So if this is content that appeals to you, please like, please comment, please subscribe. Hey everyone, how are we doing? I hope we're all doing well. I don't know about where you live, but here in Chicago, it is freezing. It has been either below zero or close to below zero over the last 2 weeks. And quite frankly, I'm over it. I'm more of a cold weather person, but I do have a cutoff. 30 degrees is the cutoff. Once it starts dropping below 20, I'm like, I'm done. Where is the warm weather again? Apparently this week, I think the weather is going to be raining and like 30, 40 degrees. So we'll see if it happens. I'm going to be honest, it's Chicago. For all we know, we could get 20-degree weather again for the whole week, below 0-degree weather, or we could get 50-degree weather. It's Chicago. I'm not like holding my breath or anything. I am doing just a general January update, and that's because I did the monthly budget in my last video, which was revealing my budget planner. I'm gonna link that in the description bar below if you would like to go see a tour of my budget planner. And I wanted to film some other videos too, but I started school again, I started work again, and things just got crazy and I've been really tired. It's just been crazy. So I'm just gonna do just a general update for the month of January. So I'm gonna go over the paycheck number 1 budget. I'm also gonna close out my first paycheck for the month of January and go over January paycheck number 2 budget all in this video. Since I already have everything filled out, this video shouldn't be that long. I know it's kind of late in the game because it is currently Sunday, January 21st. I still want to close out my spending for the year of 2023. I have the numbers and I'm actually pretty proud of myself for all the months that I was when I closed out my budget and the numbers didn't match. I'm pretty pleased with the results. So I'm hoping to film that video soon too. That video takes a while to set up with the screen record on the Mac and then filming with my phone and then meshing the two together and then trying to edit it. I'm really hoping to bring back quarterly updates. Last year I struggled with it, so I'm really hoping to bring them back. And then I still want to do my annual budget for 2024, what I think I'm going to make this year and what the plan is. So let's go ahead, let's get started. The first paycheck of the month, pretty simple. I plan on bringing in my normal paycheck and then $600 from the gym. As you can clearly see, I made a little bit more. So we got a small cost of living raise, and then I just always under budget my paychecks from the gym just because I actually used to know what they were going to be. And now I don't now since I got my raise. It was a $2 raise, which I'm actually really excited about. But now it's throwing off what I make for a 50-minute class and a 30-minute class and a half an hour. Well, I did say 30 and a 45-minute class. So before, when my hourly rate was $40 an hour, it was so much easier to predict how much I was actually gonna make because it was an even number, but now I just don't. So I see what I think I'm going to make and then I severely under budget that. So I'm just gonna go with it until I finally get that math correctly, until I finally get that math done correctly. I plan on bringing in $2,974.50. And it was way more than that. Hold on. All right, so I brought in $3,807.24. So that's cool. That is pretty awesome. That definitely helps a lot for my debt-free journey. For those who are new, hi, welcome. Thank you for coming back to my channel. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. It's 5 p.m. on a Sunday evening and I'm so tired. And I got to get ready to go back to work tomorrow. So for those who don't know, all right, I'm going to be very honest. I lost my train of thought. If it comes back to me, the only thing I had budgeted for this month, for this paycheck is the one bill, the Google Scribd bill Though that's a member, they're both memberships, but they get billed together. Not anymore though. I will explain when I go over the closeout portion of this video, and I'll explain when we go over the transactions. But this is the only bill that comes out for my first paycheck. Oh, so that's what I was gonna say. So for those who don't know and who are new, I am a high school PE teacher. I get paid bi-monthly from my teaching job, so I get paid twice a month. And from my job at the gym, I am also a part-time group exercise instructor. I get paid bi-weekly. So with the way that this calendar was set up for this month, I actually received 3 paychecks from the gym, and it's considered a magic month for me just because of the way that I have to budget everything. And I don't get paid on the normal Friday that everybody else gets paid. I get paid on the other Friday, if that makes sense. So like my first gym paycheck for the month of January was January 5th. It wasn't December, whatever that last Friday in December was, where a lot of people got paid. It was like the 29th or something. And that was their first paycheck for the month of January because it was the last day of December. So I'm on that schedule. It's very weird, but it's okay. So that's why this is set up. I never write the due dates because they all stay the same. My paychecks stay the same, my teaching one anyway. So it's whatever. All right, here are my variable expenses. And I had budgeted $668 for variable expenses. So there was $2,291.29 left over. So then I came up here to my sinking funds. I don't rewrite my sinking funds just because I think it's a waste of time. I have them written in the monthly budget. So I just wrote down the number, which is $485. So that's how much money I stuffed into my sinking funds. Here's where it gets a little weird because I made a mathematical mistake. I am currently in school getting my ESL endorsement, and CPS, which is Chicago Public Schools, they are paying for half of my tuition, so I have to pay the other half. I budgeted $675. My portion is $625 for the class, and then I budgeted an extra $50 for textbooks. And then what was left over was $376.29 for my extra debt payment for my student loans. So the whole total for extra debt is $1,051.29, which means there was $755 left over. The only thing I am putting, well, besides my sinking funds that I'm putting into my savings, is my Roth IRA, putting $80, and then there is $675 left over. The reason why I roll over $675 is because that is half of my rent. I like rolling over that at the very least because my rent obviously is my largest expense. It's $1,350 every month. So I like to make sure that all of that money doesn't come out of one paycheck. And also, all of my bills come out during the second paycheck. You guys are gonna see that later on in the video when we go over paycheck number 2 budget. So let's go ahead, let's close out paycheck number 1, and let's see how I did. So let's see how I did. The first thing I wrote were my deposits. That way I knew what number I was starting at, and then I did roll over $300 from last year. Last year I had a goal of having a $500 checking account buffer. However, I now have 2 checking accounts, and 1 checking account, my goal for that one is to always have a minimum of $3,000 in it because that is 1 month of living expenses for me. And I'm actually doing that, which is great. I'm so happy. So my other checking account, it just didn't make any sense for me to continue to have the $500 checking account buffer in it because my other checking account has my 1 month of living expenses on it. So I just decided to just leave it at $300 just in case. All right, first expense, I had to pay $1 for parking when I went to the Evanston Athletic Club to teach a class. So I was subbing for someone, and you do have to pay for parking. I try not to go to that club during the week that often because you do have to pay for parking. I prefer to go on Sunday where parking is free. So much better. But anyway, you gotta do what you gotta do. And then a book of the month add-on. So for those who don't know, book of the month is a book subscription. What it does is they pick out 5 books and you can choose any of the 5 books. Sometimes there's 7, but you can choose any of the 5, and they charge you, for me, because they have to charge you taxes, so taxes is going to differ in each state. So I pay $18.73 a month for a credit, so they charge you for the credit. And these books retail price are like $25 to $30, so you are saving money. And sometimes when you go to pick your book of the month book, you can pick like an extra add-on, and you do have to pay for it. So, but still, like, if those books are like $25 to $30 and the add-on is $13.22, it's still a very good deal. So this was an add-on. This wasn't like me getting charged for my monthly subscription. Another thing I love about Book of the Month is if you don't like their book selection, you can skip. You'll save your credit, and then they won't charge you for the next month. So for example, this month I did use my credit. So on January, I forgot what date it was, like 20 something, they're gonna charge me for the credit, which is $18.73, for my February Book of the Month pick. If I don't like any of the books for the month of February, I can skip the month, and then they won't charge me for the month of February. The credit will just roll over. So it's great. I really love this book subscription. It can save you money. You're not forced to pick books that you don't want to read. So that was an add-on. I went to Jewel and bought some groceries, and then I went to Target and bought some beauty stuff. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't remember what I bought. I'm pretty certain it was like deodorant, skincare, hair care, stuff like that. So my beauty category is skincare, hair care, makeup, and nails. So all of that comes out of that category. I'm sorry, I can't remember what I bought at Target. And these are all savings. So I have 2 sinking funds that are online. Vacation, I leave that there. Cupcake also gets an online transfer. For those who are new, Cupcake is my dog. She's my little Chihuahua mix, and I chose to not have insurance for her because insurance practically covers nothing, and I'm just not gonna pay for it. So instead, I have a savings account for her, and I just put money in there every single month. And she does have a nice little bank of money, and I just let it grow, and whenever she needs to go to the vet, I just pull the money out of there, so that way I can take care of her vet expenses, because they are expensive. Yes, you're expensive. She's sitting on the couch right now looking at me like, what did I do? Yeah, her next big vet expense is gonna be her dental cleaning. I don't even want to talk about it, y'all. I really don't. It's just, if this keeps going, we're gonna have to find a different vet, because they're just charging, I personally feel like they're charging an arm and a leg for a procedure that doesn't need to be charged an arm and a leg for, but that's just me. Then I also put $80 into my Roth IRA. Because I am a teacher, I do have a pension. However, I don't want that pension to be my only source of retirement when I retire. So I do have a Roth IRA. I did contribute to a 401k for a little while, and then after doing a little research, I stopped contributing to it because I felt like that wasn't the best place to hold money. So I decided to switch to a Roth IRA. National Lewis, that is where I'm currently going to school. I paid for my class right away. So there it is. I pulled out $265 in cash to stuff my sinking funds. Some sinking funds I still stuff with cash, and that is because I do use them frequently, and the money is actually not that much. So like Cupcake's sinking fund has a ton of money in there. I don't feel comfortable holding all that money in cash. My vacation fund has a lot of money. I don't feel comfortable holding all that money in cash. The rest, like car repairs, my car is 9 years old. It's been breaking down left and right. I just spent like over $6,000 fixing it over the last couple of years. I really hope it doesn't break down again. I think everything is good. I hope it is. Nail tip. So I do get my nails done, and I pull out $30 in cash, because sometimes within a pay cycle, I'll get them done twice, but sometimes I'll get them done once. I just like having $30 in cash in my wallet at all times, so that way I'm never without a tip to tip my nail technician. She is amazing. She actually goes into my toenails and cuts out my ingrown toenails, and I know not every nail technician will do that, but she does it, and I'm so grateful because, y'all, I move around a lot, and my feet suffer for it. They really do. Like, I mean, I don't know if she secretly talks shit about me when she's doing my nails, but like I tip her big because I really do appreciate everything that she does. I mean, I don't blame her. Like I literally beat up my feet. Yesterday, I taught 3 classes at the gym. I taught a spin class, aqua Zumba, and Zumba. My feet were like dying by the end of my 3rd class. I don't recommend doing that. I really don't. That's just too much, but I made money. So, and I love what I do. So I took that out of my checking. And then I made a student loan payment. So I did some math and I was able to make a $600.49 payment. I know that seems odd. So my student loans, there was 49 cents and I just like round number. So I added 49 cents to get rid of the change. Is anybody else OCD like that? Or is it just me? Please comment down below if you're OCD like me and you just hate seeing change like that for bills that are due. You just want a nice round even number. So I bought some stuff off Amazon. It was $51.70. I had to buy a wall patch. Sometimes I watch my mom's dog and he unfortunately has anxiety. And when I first watched him, I had to lock him in the bathroom just because him and my dog, like I wasn't sure how they were going to be together alone for 10 hours while I was at work. And because of his anxiety, he kind of destroyed my bathroom walls. So I had to buy wall patch to fix it. It's fixed now. Now I just have to paint over the doors. I think I have to like sand down the patch because it is a little bumpy, but I'll sand it down and then I have to repaint the doors. I'm not going to ask my landlord to do that or pay for that. It's not fair. It's my fault. Like he shouldn't have to pay for that because I decided to watch my mom's dog. I'm responsible, and I did it myself. It was quick, it was easy, and it was cheap, so. And then I also bought cupcakes, dry food. She ran out, so I bought her more. I buy the giant Blue Buffalo 15-pound bag, and it's like $40-something. That's how much it costs. Her old dry food, I got a 12-pound bag, and it was like $50-something. So this is so much cheaper, and I get more bang for my buck. And since she is small, she's only 11.5 pounds, the bag lasts her like 4 months. Uber Eats. I ordered something off Uber Eats. I believe it was Portillo's and I had it delivered. So I know that's so cheap for having food delivered. The only reason why I had it delivered is because I have an Amex Gold credit card and it gives me a $10 Uber credit every single month. So I can use it to pay for a ride or I can use it to have food delivered. I use it to have food delivered because I don't really use Uber to get around. That is the one time of the month I have food delivered is when I get that credit. All the other times I have to go walk in my neighborhood and pick up food. So I'll order it online and then I'll go pick it up because having it delivered is super expensive. It would have been like $26 just to have a $13 meal delivered to my apartment. I'm not doing that. That's just too much. So groceries from Jewel, groceries from Costco. So I shop at Costco. I know I'm a single person and that seems weird, but as a single person, there is a lot of food I can buy from Costco. I buy a lot of freezer food and some shelf items as well. It does save a lot on my grocery bill because I buy my breakfast stuff in bulk. I'll buy eggs in bulk. I buy my ground turkey in bulk, my ground chicken my chicken in bulk. I'll buy all those things in bulk, put it in the freezer, defrost it when I need it, and then I don't have to go to the store every week and spend $10 to $15 on food every single week just to feed myself. So I spend $30 and then it lasts me the whole month and it's great. While I was at Costco, I did put gas in my car. Gas is finally $3.15 or something like that in Chicago. I am so grateful because I'm sick and tired of gas being over $4 a gallon. That's just ridiculous. So we're finally down to $3.15. Yeah, for Chicago and then especially where I live, $3.15 is super cheap. Some gas stations in my area are still charging $3.59 a gallon. So I'm taking it. That was, full tank. Amazon, I bought a workout shirt. Valentine's Day is coming up and I want it to be festive, so I bought an anti-Valentine's Day workout shirt. I'm gonna wear it to work. Totally worth it. I purchased some other things off Amazon. I purchased my textbooks. These were ebooks, but I did write like what I bought to make sure I don't forget what I bought. So these were my textbooks. For those who don't know, a lot of readers choose to use Goodreads to track what they read. So I do use Goodreads. I have a profile. If you would like to follow me on Goodreads, I'll link that link in the description bar below. The more friends, the better. And the world is a better place if everybody reads. So this year, what I decided to do for my TBR list, so my to be read list, is I decided to start at the bottom, the way bottom of my list. I currently have like 100 and something books on my list, which is honestly nothing. There are readers out there who have like 500 books on their TBRs. Yeah, that is, my TBR actually should be closer to 200, but there's a whole bunch of books that I want to read that are not on that list yet. I was like trying to think of how I wanted to read my books this year, and I noticed like I've had books on my list for like 2 to 3 years and I still haven't touched them. So I decided to, for my TBR list this year, start all the way at the bottom and then work my way to the top. There is one book that I just legit could not find anywhere. I tried to find it in my Scrib app. I tried to find it in my Libby app. For those who don't know, Libby is a library app. So you can put your library card information into the Libby app and you can borrow ebooks and audiobooks from your library for free. It's a great app. Saves you tons of money on reading. But the book wasn't available there. It wasn't available on Amazon. Like, it was not available anywhere. It was only available in the UK. So I went on eBay and I just bought the book. Apparently it's a great book. It has like a 4.4 star rating on Goodreads. I want to read it, and it's been on my list for a while, like I think about 3 years. So I bought the book off eBay and it should be delivered within the next week or two. So that's what that is. Google, all right. So if you saw on my budget by Paycheck tracker that I spent a lot of money, like I had planned $15.21 for Google and Scribd, and I ended up spending like $40 something. Here's the reason why. So I was looking into saving money on my membership slash subscriptions this year. So unfortunately, well, it's called Everin now, but Scribd, there is no yearly subscription offer. It's only a monthly charge offer. Google does have a yearly charge offer. I paid $1.99 to have 100 gigabytes of storage on my Google Drive. And I actually do need it. I do claim that as a work expense because I have to store music and other videos and choreography notes from the formats that I teach in my Google Drive. I have to store it there. It was either that or get an external hard drive. I still might invest in one of those in the future. But if you pay $1.99 for the 100 gigabytes, then it ends up being $23.88 for the whole year. They had a yearly option, which was $19.99, and that saved me like almost $4. So I just switched to the yearly, paid it now, and now it's actually just one bill that I have to send to my CPA instead of 12. Some years I'll send him all 12 like receipts, and some year I'll just send him one and just say times it by 12. I'll send him the December one. He does it for me because he knows I don't lie. But now I paid for the year, I'm saving some money, and I only have to send one receipt to my CPA. All right, Guanajuato, I bought a torta to eat out, and it was delicious. I went to Jewel and I spent some money on groceries, and then I bought cupcakes, some new wet food. I've been doing some research on Fresh Pet, and some people are saying it's not as good as they make it seem out to be. Also, it goes bad fast, and she's a tiny dog. Like, if she were a big dog and she actually finished the whole thing within a week, it would be fine. But she's a tiny dog. I only feed her wet food in the morning. I don't want to feed her wet food at night. She just gets dry food at night. But it goes bad if I don't use it in a certain time. So I'm buying a different wet food, and I'm gonna see if she likes it. I only bought one can, and that's what that was. If she likes it, then I'll try to buy it in bulk from Amazon and try to save money, but we'll see. Nelnet student loans. I made an extra student loan payment. I tend to do this if there's like a whole bunch of extra money. Instead of being tempted to spend it, I just make extra debt payments so that way I don't spend it. And I'm making progress on my goals. Target. That's what I bought. I had to buy a planner for school, so I actually saved the receipt so I can claim that as a school expense for my taxes for next year, and then I had to buy toilet paper. And then Script was the last expense that got charged for this pay period, so that's the last one at $13.22. All right, let's close out this budget. So $1,434.82 went to debt, and I wish that were all my student loans, but some of it went to my school, St. Louis, National Louis, and some went to student loans, so it was a split between the two. I just put it all under debt. Memberships was $46.43 because of the extra add-on for book of the month and for paying just for the yearly Google price, the Google Drive price. I spent no money on utilities because all of my utilities come out for the last paycheck of January, of all the months actually. I spent $315.65 on groceries. I spent $38.81 on household. $82.93 on beauty, $46.39 on my darling child cupcake, $39.87 for personal spending. And I made a boo-boo, so what I do is I add up these numbers, and then I add up these numbers like from this page and see if they match, and I ended up making an error. So I spent $45.51 on car expenses, $25.93 on eating out, no expenses for work. I did put $565 into savings, nothing for unbudgeted. So the total for this, for the page actually, so for my expenses listed here on the back of the page was $2,641.38. And then the expenses for the closeout right here originally was $2,640.38. And then I realized I was off by $1. I forgot to add the $1 for parking here for car expenses. So both numbers matched and we are good. All right, paycheck number 2 budget. So it says here that my paycheck date is the 22nd. It's the 21st and I actually already got paid. I don't know why, but that's fine. So I got my teaching paycheck. I got paid from the gym this past Friday, which was the 19th. And I'm scheduled to receive one more paycheck on February 2nd, which is still in this budgeting cycle for the month of January. So that's why I don't have an amount written here yet, because I'm expecting one more paycheck. I rolled over $675 as planned. I planned what I got last time, but I ended up getting a little bit less. So $2,382.74. The Board of Education really needs to stop messing with my money. Like, please just don't mess with my money. But it is what it is. I plan on bringing in $700. I plan on bringing in $700 from the gym. So my first paycheck from the gym, where is it? It's not written there. I brought in like $568 or something. I don't know what my second one is gonna look like. It's probably gonna be a little bit over 300, but I'm under planning just in case. I don't plan on bringing in any other income. So my total for this month, what I'm hoping to bring in is $3,766.98. Here are my fixed expenses. My rent, which is a utility, is $1,350. Zumba, I teach aqua Zumba and regular Zumba, so I have to pay a monthly membership fee for that. I'm trying to see if you can pay yearly for this, but I'm trying to see if it's cheaper. If it's cheaper, then I'll definitely save up for it next year and save money on that, because that's really expensive. But if it turns out to be the same amount of money, well then, I don't know. My insurance is $131.44, so this is car and renter's insurance. I paid my ComEd bill, so that's my electric bill, $47.20. The gas bill is $64.76. I'm actually really surprised. That is super cheap for the gas bill for winter. Like super cheap. I think my next gas bill is going to be a little bit higher because I did have to bring the heat up to 68, 69, 70 for a couple of days because it has been below zero. It's just too cold. Discovery Plus is a streaming service that I use, so $5.44. Paramount Plus is another one. I think I might cancel this one. I'm really not using it that much, and I can replace it with something else if I really wanted to. So I'm still thinking about it. $6.53. Book of the month is $18.73. Acorns, so I do have to pay subscription for my Roth IRA, so I just listed it as Acorns here, and that is $3. And my AT&T bill, which is my internet, my phone, services for my iPad as well, and all of that is $208.60. So my bill total is $1,879.64. I have $1,887.34 left to budget. So I have $184.35 left for groceries, which is actually amazing. Normally I blow my whole grocery budget within the first half of the month, and then I'm left with like $50 or $80 or something for like the last 2 to 3 weeks. Household is $36.19. That's what I have left. Beauty is $192.07. Cupcake has $73.61 left. Car expenses has $104.45. I'm gonna try my hardest to make this last because I need new windshield wipers, and then I also need a new ice scraper because mine is just broken. Like the 3 of those little things on the end to like scrape the ice off your windshield has come off. I just need to replace it. But I do need new windshield wipers, and that's gonna cost like $50. Sweetheart, somebody's shoveling snow outside. It's okay. I have nothing budgeted for personal because I spent all the money. Eating out has $74.07 left, which is a total of $664.74, and there is a total of $1,222.60 left over. I plan on making a $922.60 payment to my student loans, leaving with $300 left to roll over. And I did all the math down here. Can you guys see that? Yeah, I did all the math down here, and it all came down to 0. So there is the plan for the rest of the month of January. I cannot believe we're at 34 minutes left. I'm gonna try to cut this video down as much as possible, but I updated all the January things. Thank you everyone so much for watching. Let me know, how is your month of January going? Are you guys hitting financial goals already? Are you tired of the cold? If it's cold near you, are you just tired? Because I get that too. All right, everyone, thank you so much for watching and have a good one. Bye.